There is a mutation in the caves of Ragol, and as it so happens, Hunter Voidmon 3Y is on the job to uncover what could have caused this dangerous alteration. Welcome to the Abyss, folks. My name is Voidmoney, and today we're spelunking back into the caves to uncover the truth behind the mutation. And so, a new threat has been uncovered below the surface of Ragol, and we must return to the Pioneer 2. To save the day, head over to the bridge and talk to Momoka to read the description of Government Quest 2-3, The Mutation. The description reads, "Gather data on the creatures that live underground." And select the quest to read the expanded description. "We have no data on the creatures living in the caves. Please go and take some data readings on them." Take the quest to once again be yeeted into dialogue with Principal Tyrell.
Hi, Voidmon 3Y. Thank you for coming. Now to brief you on the current situation. As you know, the Ragol Underground is filled with hostile creatures. We have no data at all on these animals you've encountered. If we can get our hands on some, maybe we can get some clues as to the cause and solution for the situation on Ragol.
Weird punctuation, man, but okay.
I'd like you to go down into the caverns and take some data readings. I expect that you'll be able to do so with no real trouble. Try to locate the creatures in the deepest part of the caves. My secretary Irene has more details. Please speak to her. I'm counting on you.
And once again, just like that, we must speak to Irene for some reason.
Good to see you. Now, as the principal has said, here are your orders.
Wait, orders? I thought this was a bounty.
Collect vital readings of the hostile creatures in the caverns. Let me attach this data collecting device to your gear, Voidmon 3Y.
Hey, what the?
This device will collect data automatically as you defeat the creatures. We need to get the vital data from the animals in the deepest part of the cave.
Well, that part must be important because the text is blue.
When you get to this area, the device will activate on its own. If you have companions who also have devices, then whoever gets to the designated area first will cause them all to activate.
Oh, Irene, who has time for companions these days?
They won't function for long. Collect the data within the time limit.
That part must be even more important because the text is in red.
That is all.
Okay then, let's talk to Science Guy 1.
There may be even more fearsome creatures down in the caves. Be very careful when collecting that data.
Hey, this guy actually cares. Now on to Science Guy 2.
New life forms have been discovered down in the caverns. I'd be lying if I said that didn't intrigue me, but
Keep your butts to yourself.
I don't like the idea of such dangerous creatures being on the planet.
Well, this guy's always kinda cowardly, but anyway, let's head down to the surface. Luckily, this time we get to start off in Caves 2, so we won't have to grind through that monotonous Caves 1 again, instead getting the interesting water textures of the second level. Making your way through the caves, you'll eventually come across Caves 3, where we get to explore the equally interesting construction details and textures of the lower levels of the caves. There will be a lot of pan arms and nano dragons along the way. Ranged weapons work great on the dragons, while elemental weapons, spells, and fire traps are good for the pan arms. Or you can be lazy like me and just spam the attack button. Making your way through Caves 3, you'll eventually come to one of those nifty looking whirly teleporters. And if you hop into it and go to the next room, you'll find yourself in a dark area with lots of enemies spawning. The data analyzer will then start whizzing and whirring, keeping you trapped in dialogue while it does so. No, not that kind of whizzing, you kinky freaks. Just kidding. Now, after all of that, I assumed I would be taking some readings on different monsters, but nope, the monsters in this portion of the caves are just a mishmash of all the things we've been fighting up until now. Evil, Pal, and Guile Sharks, Nano Dragons, Lilies, Pophilly Slime, and Pan Arms. But I guess this time they're all in one place? You will have to fight quite a few of them within a time limit. I didn't find it too difficult, and I doubt you will either. Once you defeat the last enemy, you won't be able to retrace your steps, so you'll have to return to Pioneer 2. But that's not a bad thing, because it means we can head to the bridge to hand in our quest. Hand the quest over to Principal Tyrell.
Thank you, as always. We'll get this data over to the lab as soon as possible. Hopefully this sample will be enough to make use of, but I wonder if we'll learn any good news from it all. We'll be counting on your help again, Voigtmon3Y. Now then, please go and rest until you get further orders.
Okay, off to Irene.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's only a matter of time before the data analysis is complete. I hope that we're able to shed some light onto this situation.
I love that we went through all the work to gather this data, when along the way there was plenty of data about the enemies, left in info nodes by Red Ring Rico. But whatever, it's another quest complete, I guess.
Until then, why don't you go and take a break?
I love breaks, but we still have business to conduct. On to Science Guy 1.
It looks like the new data you've brought in should work. Maybe some of my hypotheses can be made conclusive.
Hypotheses? Care to share?
Oh, never mind those for now.
Okay, on to Science Guy 2.
With this data you've brought back, I still wonder if the situation will change at all.
I wonder. Anyway, hand in the quest to Momoka and we'll call it a day. Also, isn't it interesting how she always says, "This is your reward," but then when you check your inventory later, you didn't get any Meseta? In any case, thank you so much for joining me on Government Quest 2-3, The Mutation. There's one more government quest left in the caves, and I'll try to get to it in a reasonable amount of time. Until then, folks, have fun and stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!